What's up, everybody? This is Jake at jakecpunut.com. Just want to give you a little update on the refrigerator conversion to the Kegerator. And this is the third video of a little series. I don't know how many videos it'll be. I may crunch them, several of them together. But anyway, I showed you the first video was the kit from Keg Connection that I bought. I hope you've watched that and seen all the parts that came with that for the conversion, the refrigerator conversion from Keg Connection. Was a really nice deal. Go back and watch that if you hadn't seen it. And the second video was the old secondhand refrigerator that I bought that I'm going to be converting. So tonight I've come home after work and I've laid out where I'm going to be putting the shanks through the front door of the refrigerator so I can install my faucets. And basically that's all there is to it, other than say, of course you have to keg your beer and do all that, but as far as the conversion, that's the biggest thing. And I'll show you here on the refrigerator what I did. There's really no cut out way to do this. I mean, you can do it however you want, but you can see on the door a little bit here that I've drawn a horizontal line, and what I'll be doing is drilling holes to mount my two faucets. I have two of these. And I was kind of debating on where to put them, how far to space them apart. I read online several people, put theirs 4 inches apart, 4.5, 5, and some just have one, and put it right in the middle. And but I'm going to have two kegs, so I'm definitely going to mount both of these faucets, and I'm putting them in the middle because I want to save room for expansion down the road. You never know, you might want to put two more. Probably the most I'll ever have is 4, so I'm going to, I could have put 2 on this side, side by side, or 2 on this side, side by side. And a lot of people take out these liners inside the refrigerator. They'll take out all of this plastic part, this entire thing, and just mount to the insulation that's on the other side of that. But I'm going to leave all that intact. And when I say this side or that side, when I was talking about the other side, I've got this area right here that I can mount, or this area right here that I can mount. I really didn't want to go any lower because I didn't want to have to bend over so much when I'm, pouring the beer from the other side. So, of course, this will be on the other side. So one will go about right here. The other one will go about right here. And that way, if I ever want to expand, I can move over and put another one, and move over and put another one. And that way I can have 4 potentially. And that way I can leave all these shelves and have this shelving space in here and be able to use that. So what I'm going to do, and as far as spacing, I went with 5 inches. I think that's going to be plenty. They'll be spaced 5 inches on center, one here, and then I've got a 19-inch drip tray ordered that'll go on down below here. When I get it here, I'll show you all that, and that'll cover the 2 in the middle, plus if I expand any on the sides, there'll be plenty of room for that. So I'm going to drill the holes. After I drill the holes, I'll show you that. And I'm also going to enjoy this nice Breckenridge vanilla porter that I've got poured here. Can't really make a kegerator unless you're enjoying a nice beer. So, all right, folks, just a little update. Got the holes drilled for the shanks on the front of the kegerator. Really simple, nothing to it. 1-inch hole saw. They say a 15/16 is what they advertise, but I went with a 1-inch. I don't think a 1/16 of an inch is going to make that much of a difference. But real simple. Let me find my stuff here. If I don't fall over myself. Finding everything, but here it is. Here's the holes, and you can see where I had them laid out. Now there are holes there, and after you get through the little thin piece of metal, you go through the insulation and come out the front, or the inside of them, I should say. Still got a little piece in there, but that's really all there is to it. Just making sure you get everything lined up to where you want, and this is what's going in there. These bad boys. Take the little nut off. And you can see that this shank will slide right up in that hole. and that's where the faucet's going to be. Faucet will screw onto there. Have a nut that goes on the back side here, and then the lines hook up. Go to the corny kegs, which I already have sitting in there that I didn't even show you a while ago. That I put a piece of board down there to stabilize them a little bit. And that little space there is for the 10-pound CO2 tank. And this area back in here, there's a little bit of space back in here. I may build a little shelf so I can put something on top of that. So I don't know. It's perfect right now for what I'm using it for. 2 kegs and the CO2 tank. So that's what I wanted, and it's what I got. So I'm gonna get these bad boys mounted and get them tightened up and get the hoses on there, maybe. But I'll show you that in another little bit. All right. We have measured the door. We have decided where we want to put the faucets, drilled the holes for the shanks, and now I've got the faucets mounted. Check it out. Love it. 2 525 stainless steel Perlick faucets mounted in the future Kegerator. It's really all there is to it. It's really simple, nice and clean. Little brass nut goes on the back side, tightened up really well. I was kind of worried about it. I'm glad I actually, I think I mentioned earlier in the video that I went with 5 inches spacing. I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, I would have had problems with this little section right here. Well, I may have, but I'm glad I went with 5 inches. So I went with 5 inches from center to center between the faucets, and 4.5 inches down, and that'll give you a nice little comfortable place where you don't have to bend over so much to pour your beer. So really, that's it, folks. That's all there is to it. Got this one hose, or 2 hoses actually, that hook up to these faucets on the inside. This end goes to the Kegerator, or to the keg, the dispensing side, and of course the CO2 tank goes to the input side of the keg. So all this bad boy likes is some home brew, or any kind of brew really, but we're going to be putting home brew in it, and can't wait. It's going to be about another week for the Phat Tyre to ferment. So hopefully here in about a week we can put the Phat Tyre in the keg, and haven't quite decided how I'm going to carbonate it. There's different ways. Sometimes you can, or different people do it different ways. The 30 psi and shake it or roll it around for 10-15 minutes, and it's good to go. Some people put it at that and leave it overnight and crank it down after 24 hours or whatever, and then some people put it like 7 to 12 psi for a week. I'll decide that by the time gets here. So anyway, really pleased with the setup, and looking forward to trying out the Kegerator. So there you go. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. Like I say, I'm new at this, so just kind of winging it and hoping for the best. So far so good. Going to roll this bad boy into the man cave in there where the home theater is, and get her set up in her place, because it's basically done as far as anything I need to do as far as any drilling or anything. So take it on in there and get it set up, and got my little can't hardly see it, my little Yingling magnet came in the mail today I got, so I'm going to trick it out a little bit here and there. I don't know what I'll do, but anyway, appreciate you coming by the blog, jakecpunut.com. Like I say, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Any comments, suggestions, whatever, lay it on me. Talk to you later.